can be only one podcast, and maybe the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
And I'm Wes.
Oh, welcome back. You know what?
It's not a library talk. I'm sure you have that today.
Well, we had the librarian himself, Mr. Heath Futch, in here. So I want to tell a short story. First off, we're doing a podcast here called Reunion.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, we recorded this a month and a half ago, maybe.
At least.
And at least, right after we had just recently had a reunion. And then, sadly, my son was clicking buttons. I didn't realize it until afterwards that the audio was just horrendous.
He sabotaged this incredible episode where we had Brandon here and just there was a lot of crazy emotions going on. So now it's going to be a little more subdued since those emotions have rested.
Yes, it's rested now. Also, the other thing is we were... I just lost it. I said that, and then there's something else we're going to just talk about. What did we just mention right before? We talked a lot of things before.
We talked about jobs.
Jobs. It was something else. I can't remember what I was going to mention too. Either way, it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad you're back. Mr. Heath Futch could not be with us today.
The head librarian.
Conan the librarian cannot be here. So yeah, that's okay though. We'll get by somehow. Oh, that was it. So this guy Heath does not listen to his own voice, I guess.
I don't blame him.
So you had sent a comment.
He took good advice from someone.
Yeah. You had sent a comment on last week's podcast that I did with Heath.
Yes.
He went, "Hey, good joke."
Yes.
Heath has no idea what you were talking about.
Doesn't have any idea. Told the joke, still doesn't remember it.
Still didn't remember. That's right. He still didn't remember after the joke was told. Doesn't know. Oh, poor man.
There is no one in my life at 48 years old who is a part of my life that is not more frustrating than Heath. He is the most frustrating part of my life.
Oh, there you go.
He just has something about him where he has the ability to be so endearing and fun, and I mean, I don't know if it's bipolar or what, but he has the exact ability to be so disengaged, disenfranchised, and could not carefree, but could care less.
Boy.
It's a pretty incredible skill set for him.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Only Heath, right?
Only Heath.
All right, so we are going to talk about a reunion. Now it's been a couple months now.
Yeah.
Sat down. We finally had to sit down. We talked about our times at the card shop, Cards, Coins, Collectibles. Talked about how fun it was to work there. Our boss and whatnot. Our boss is still around, retired, older.
80 years old.
80 years old. And it's kind of funny because
the same age as Vince McMahon.
The same age as Vince McMahon. Not that much older than us when we were at the store. Well, that's how we are now.
When we felt like
he was agent.
Yeah.
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 So it's kind of crazy.
Like we would say, Wayne gets around pretty good for an older guy. And now here we are shuffling our feet.
Yeah. Not too far behind what Wayne was when he was babysitting
Not too
us.
far behind that.
I mean, just a couple of years now. That's crazy to think about.
So within 5 for sure. Yeah. It's weird.
So we got to sit down with Mr. Hummel and with a bunch of our old teammates.
Yep.
In fact, everyone who could have been there in the area showed up.
Absolutely.
Plus, we had a little +2 there, which was nice. Other mall rats from the 90s. And it was an excellent time, above and beyond, met and exceeded expectations, I would say. Correct?
No, yeah, totally. Yeah. I walked out of that surprised at how good all of that felt. Like that's when people put things together, and I guess people do put things together that have a family, but when you put things together to that degree, trying to get all of these extenuating personalities online, ready to play the hits, it's tough. Because everybody's bringing a different point of view. And we kind of had that, but by the end, the people that were not really, we were kind of concerned about, had eased into eased into the old way. It was good. It felt like a victory on a lot of fronts. One thing it did, it validated that time of our life, because everyone who was there that worked with us, for the most part, had really fond memories. And even if they didn't have really fond memories, they were happy that others had such fond memories of them.
There was a lot of fun memories. Times had people knew a lot more of names and where people were than I was. I was a little surprised by the sharp minds of, hey, remember that security guard? Yeah, his name was Dave, or whatnot.
Right.
Hey, remember who used to work over? Yeah, that was so and so. Yeah, we used to talk to them all the time. I was like, whoa, I don't remember that. Now maybe if I saw their face, maybe I'd remember, but. The only one who loses the I've got a great memory award is my good friend Opie, who had no idea who I was, and I kept telling him stories about us working together.
Yes,
it's not like we were strangers, but that's okay.
Yeah,
but no, I did appreciate all that, and
well, y'all were more kissing cousins. Y'all weren't part of a team totally. I think y'all passed each other's like ships in the night.
Maybe we did. But either way, though, it was a lot of fun. And afterwards, I'd gone and talked to a few other people of the mall rats from back in the day. And eventually, when we do another one, may spread that love out to other Pecanland Mall people. And that was just fun. It was fun. It was like almost like you go to a high school reunion. I don't go to high school reunions, but it's almost like a high school reunion. Except not sad.
It was just like that. And I have a high school reunion coming up in a month. So yeah. I'll easily have a...
You can have a comparison here.
I know exactly what I want it to feel like, and we'll see if it can come close to that. Because that was the most validating side of a reunion I can imagine. I mean, I went to reunions before, high school reunions, and they were good, but it was nothing like that. That was such a real, genuine appreciation where everyone said their grace to a certain degree. But I don't feel like it was window dressing. I think the people that spoke openly and honestly were pretty open and honest.
Oh no, I completely
and glowing too. Not like trying to say something good when you didn't want to.
Yeah, there was a lot of camaraderie. You didn't feel like you were meeting strangers, even though some of these people we hadn't seen in a while, and even the people that I didn't know. The one guy that worked at Sound Shop, I knew his brother.
Yep.
Come to find out,
right.
We worked together, but I didn't know him. But even he and I were hitting it off. I mean, everyone was just openly sociable. It wasn't this awkwardness. Who are you again? Why are we here? I don't know what I'm doing here. Now, obviously, if you show up, you're somewhat curious. But the thing is, though, there wasn't an icebreaker that needed to be had. It seems like we fit back in pretty easily. And I would say the guest of honor, Mr. Wayne Hummel, had a fantastic time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good shout out to Mr. Brandon Moore, who
picked up the check.
Picked up the check. Of him. Sneaky. Didn't see him doing that because I was planning on getting Wayne's plate, because I didn't want Wayne to pay.
Yeah.
I felt like he was kind of doing us the favor by being there.
Yeah, sure, of course, yeah.
He listened to a bunch of stories. He told a few other ones. It was really, really good to see him. I believe he had a good time and everything. Good speech by yourself there.
Thanks.
That was really well done. Kind of kicked us off there. Was really good. And even though we had to do some last minute changes for restaurants, supposedly the restaurant we picked had been under construction for so long, or renovations, and had just reopened.
And it was
swamped on a Wednesday.
It was like walking into the DMV 30 years ago. It was just people sitting on top of each other, and you could feel a lot of like angst in there. Like, God, when does this day end? And it was like, what time we get there? 6:30. I mean, it was early.
And come to find out, they had really, just reopened. I think that day, and everyone, when you're talking about a place in our area, it's just we act like we have a billion fast food restaurants just in general here. And when a new one opens up, or reopens in this case, there's just a line out the door.
The worst feeling is when you walk into a restaurant, and this is why I hate to go to chain restaurants. If someone's got a balloon, you're screwed. There's going to be a group of people in there that someone's going to bring a sheet cake, and there's going to be some, you know.
We should have brought a sheet cake.
we brought our own form of a sheet cake, I think.
Oh, mercy me. But it was a good time all around.
I would encourage people, if you've ever had a job that you go, man, I would like to go back and work that job with those people. If you've ever been fortunate enough to do that, give it a shot and reach out to those people.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it was a good time. And it's not that I saw anybody that I don't see or am not in contact with. The biggest thing, obviously, Wayne was there. But I think being able to put everybody in that setting and show just grace, not necessarily, but just show that how valuable each one of those people played in your life. It was like, you know, not to be kind of weird, but I've been to a celebration of life versus funerals, and that is so much of a better feeling when people get up and tell good stories.
Oh, that's what you want to hear.
And I felt like that's what we did is we passed along this little tombstone of a job we had, and everybody was so good about it.
Exactly.
It was a good feeling.
No, it was a good feeling, and what you said earlier is there. If you are thinking about, well, I don't know if they want to do that. Well, try. You never know if you ask.
Yeah.
Ask, see, and when you get together, you may be surprised by the results. Because I know I was pleasantly surprised that it worked out really good, really well.
Yeah.
And overall, I think everyone had a great time. Now, we're keeping on the subject of reunions here. Is this your first high school reunion?
No, this will be my 30th coming up, and 30th. I went to my 20th.
You went to your 20th. Okay, so how was your 20th? Because I was homeschooled.
Yeah.
So we don't really have those kind of
tough It was about what you would think it would be. It was a little bit of kind of like, who is this person? Like, we all need to have the little sticker, hey, my name is somebody, because we obviously all look a little bit different. For me, selfish reasons, it was a really good time because our good friend Ralph, his wife actually graduated with me, and I don't see her very often because she lives in Pennsylvania. But seeing her and just reconnecting with her
that made it worth it.
Oh yeah. It was good to see her. It was good to see other people. And man, I got best dressed. So what can I say? That was a highlight.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at you now.
If I can get validated,
did you need
I'll definitely take that.
Is this something you were needing here?
Well, I need it daily. My God.
I need it.
Jeez.
So, that made it worth it. What other was there anyone else you met there, or just that person? That one was the one.
That was the standout. Right. I mean, there was a few other people. It was just good to see. But yeah, that was the standout of it. And this time, with it being 30, I expect it to be bigger. They're trying to put a little bit more effort into it. That's nice. Than they did last year, the last time. And I'm not saying effort, no one cared. It's just hard to do this. I mean, we did it for trying to get 10 guys together, and that was a little bit of an undertaking.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Because you've got to get people lined up and
thankfully, everyone who could make it made it. I mean, people.
Oh yeah, everybody that was everyone was within 25 miles.
And it was positive and everything. We found a good night. I don't think we had someone say no, that doesn't work. I think this is the original night and time we planned for everything. And you would think in this day and age of social media, where you can check in on anyone if they have the Facebook page and see what they're doing right now, see what they look like right now.
Sure.
But what reunions do is actually get you a chance to just talk to. I mean, you can message that person. Like you were saying, there's people you haven't hung out with necessarily for years that live around here that you messaged here and there, but you don't necessarily hang out, see much. But there's something different than just, I check your Facebook every day, than, hey, we're meeting face to face.
Well, here's the biggest difference between me, what I'm comparing these two, is because in high school, it is such a, at least it was for me. Now, if it wasn't for everybody else, who knows? That is such a everybody is sizing everybody up. So when you go to a reunion, you really don't know what you're walking into. And I feel like our work reunion was the opposite of that. No one sized anybody up. Everybody kind of came in and just told how much what that other person did was a positive to them. And it's hard to do that with a high school reunion because there's so many people. So we'll see how that goes.
I haven't been, like I said, I don't have any other reunions like that. My parents, I think, went to one, their 50th or whatever a long time ago. You know, because they're getting that age.
God.
I can't imagine who would still be alive, much less want to talk with you. But it's still fun to kind of see people you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
But like I said, in today's age of social media and everything, I can just check their Facebook. Well, there's something different about that. Like we could have all, I think you did have a little Facebook message group about this.
Yeah,
too.
and I think that's the thing. The social media, it takes away the visual side of it. So if you take that out of the equation, that the curiosity is why people go. Used to be. But now you don't have that curiosity. So what is your meaning to go and what are you going to get out of it? I can't think. And when we went in 2000, ours was supposed to be 2015. It was 16. You know, social media is alive and well in 2016. So there was not so much of that curiosity. So I'll be interested in seeing what 10 years later does, because there's even less curiosity because you can find everybody. But what's the good that's going to come out of that? It's going to be tough to say.
No, you're right. You're right. If we did, when we did this again, do you know of anyone else? Like there were people, because we got people mainly from our store and one of the neighboring stores. Are there how many people do you think? Because I mean, like I said, I know two people who told me, yeah, just let me know next time. You know, I think one would definitely come. The other one may just be.
I think it's tough. I think that we could reach out to maybe not a whole lot of people. I think that's why it works. It's a small collection of people.
That's true. You don't want to get too big.
Where everyone has like a real, other than, I worked in the mall. It's like I worked at one of these 2 or 3 stores that had like, you know, Sound Shop for us. I mean, that's where I met Melissa at, my first wife. So there's a lot of extenuating things that go into the relationship with all of us there, because, Ralph was friends with Ray. All of these different things. If you bring in someone that was like, I was the manager of Claire's, not to sound terrible here, but, unless somebody slept with her, I don't know if anyone knows her all that well. That's a challenge for this thing. Unless you partied with this person, unless you did something, unless she babysit your little brother or something.
From what I've recently become privy to, that may have been the case, though. So there seemed to be a rising interest in having certain people come. But you're right. I think there has to be some type of connection. Did we know each other previously? I'm not saying just bare bones, like that. And there is a thing about when it gets too big, not just that you were saying, it just kind of gets too big. You don't really get a chance to get to as
There's an intimate side of what we were able to pull off that I won't ever chase again. It was that good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So like everything checked the boxes for me. If you go back to the well again, I'm just going to have a good time. I'm not trying to get more out of it because I got everything out the first time.
That's good.
So I'm very lucky in that way.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for, and I don't know if that's what people are looking for in this stuff. I don't know if it's I'm screwed up. I need validation in all these different ways. So most probably normal, grounded humans that had, a healthy family life or something probably don't view it to the degree I do.
True. But you also, I should mention, got to say some nice words to Wayne before he left, too.
Oh, yeah.
About his impact.
Yeah.
When you think about people who have impacted you most, would he be a top 5, top 10 candidate?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top
3.
Top 3? Top three. Okay, awesome.
Top three.
Well, I was there for the words you said because I wanted to say something too.
Yeah.
After everyone was leaving, and I thought what you said was really great. Really great. Kind of summed up. And I'm sure Wayne appreciated that too because that's I'm trying to put myself in his shoes for a minute. I bet he's at first confused. Why do these people want to meet? And then secondly, to hear them talking about the good old days and including him in those stories makes him feel like, wow, okay, I did make a difference. I touched some lives. I moved the needle for certain people.
I'm sure I wanted to tell him that because I wanted him to 100% know that little nugget of his life created all of those bonds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could easily see that in the thing.
Yeah, like a real outpouring of like gratitude.
Yeah. But what I was doing is when I was watching Wayne and everything, I was thinking, wow, so 10 years from now, it will be about the same time when I worked at DirecTV.
Yeah.
And I thought, and this is exactly what I thought when I went home.
Yeah.
Because first I was just talking to anyone about what I just done.
Yeah, when nostalgia hits that well, it is dangerous.
Oh, I got on and sent messages to all my friends saying, "You won't believe what I just got done with."
Yeah, because it sets off all those endorphins.
It does. It really does.
Where you go, golly, man, I haven't been this happy in a long time. Yeah, and I don't mean that in
that you have been unhappy.
Yeah, it's just another follow-up is I am engaged, so I don't mean that in my personal life romantically. Yeah. I mean that like the other side of your life.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that. And there's these moments like, wow, that was a really good high there. And then I also started thinking about what would I have been like if somehow my DirecTV group that I was over for those years called me up out of the blue and said, "Hey, Matt, just talk to so-and-so and so-and-so and said, we're all going to meet up. Would you like to come?" Absolutely. And then they're talking about all these crazy stories.
Yep.
And they're talking about all these great times.
Yep.
And I would literally just be there thinking, wow, I'm so grateful that what meant part of me, because, I mean, that was his business. So you can't say that didn't mean anything to
me. He was
him.
more vested than anybody at that table because it was his money.
Yeah, it was his money. But the thing is, though, to feel that almost 30 years later, those same people still not only remember you, want to hang out with you, want to talk about the good times. And I told my wife when I got in, I said, I kind of put things in that perspective, like what would I have felt like? Because I was really trying to gather and I said, man, I just feel so incredibly overwhelmed, me personally.
Oh, I agree.
Because just the way that we were talking and we were carrying on and laughing and having a good time, you can kind of think like, wow, I'm so glad they have these great memories that they can keep with them forever. And I'm glad that so many people wanted to come back, sit down together, not do this over social media post or whatever, and just share a good time together.
Yeah, it was good. It was so good. Everything tasted better. Everything felt better.
The snozberries taste like snozberries. That's correct.
If there was someone that would throw you off your game, like a butthole kid or something, or somebody talking too loud in a restaurant, even with any of that stuff, kind of the peripheral side of that, didn't affect that night. It was that good.
Yeah, everything hit on all cylinders. I agree with that. I want to switch gears to something that you did say, though. You did announce to the world that you were engaged.
Yep.
Now, the thing is, I think I mentioned this on a previous podcast, that we had done that podcast not knowing.
Yes.
You had the plans for that weekend, that very same weekend.
It just happened to fall into place.
It fell into place. Because Brandon and I just came up with that while you were in the restroom in between takes there.
Yes.
We just thought it'd be funny to throw you off guard, but little did we know you already had your deck stacked and you were just ready to deal them out. So took that one like a pro. Congratulations on that.
Thanks.
This is, and if anyone doesn't know, if you need to, really one of the best New Year's I've ever had in a long time, is doing the Hot Ones Challenge, the first time live with you and Heath and Brandon and everything.
Yep.
And ask you the question. You're a very nostalgic person.
Very. And
if you could relive any year, and I was opening up the boat for any of the years in the 90s or 80s from your childhood, what you would want, and you picked that year to live over again because that was the year you had connected with your significant other. And now that you're engaged, this is very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll be kind.
No, I mean you've stacked the deck. Let's get to it.
I stacked the deck.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Yeah,
so
come on.
I was hampering you earlier off before we went on about a date.
Yep.
Don't know a date yet, which is fine. Don't really make that much plans. And this is the part that you talked about. You say, as the groom, I don't want to make any plans. I just want to show up and be there for it. And I don't think that's that uncommon. I had to do it out of necessity because my wife didn't really. I think most women, in my mind, would care about planning it all out to the very detail. My wife just wanted to pick her dress in the bridesmaid dresses. That was the exciting part. Everything else she didn't want to deal with.
Yeah.
And so I had to deal with it, which was a nightmare. However, I don't think a lot of people groomsmen do want to deal with that, or anyone that says, hey, give me the reins. I want final say on this, this, and that. I mean, they may say, well, for the rehearsal dinner, can we have brisket at so-and-so's? Because they make the best brisket.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think about them. So I want to know in the comments if anyone here watching this would let me know if that's the same. Because I know you were saying, I don't want to do all this. And I was thinking,
look, I don't mind being in charge of things, but the problem with being in charge is you're going to ruffle feathers.
Yeah, always.
When you're herding cats, you're gonna piss some people off.
There you go.
And I'm getting to the point now of my life where the last people I want to piss off are the people closest to me. It used to be the opposite. And I don't know how I got into that situation where the closer someone was to me, the bigger of a jerk I could be. But I have definitely outgrown that.
Yeah, that was me a little bit in college. The closer you were, the more I'd tease you, heckle you. And again, really quickly, shortly after college, I remember I was like, why was I even acting like that? In fact, I used to make apologies after anyone said, yeah, I knew you in college. You always used to pick on me for this. Oh, I'm sorry about that. The last time I had to do that was the first week of my job, at the job I currently work at, was the last time I had to do that because someone said, yeah, they said they know you from school. And I was like, I don't know anyone by such and such's name.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally went up to her, I said, I'm sorry, do you have me confused for someone else? I said, no, it was you. I was like, I said, I'm sorry, I just don't remember your name. I'm trying to get your face down. It's been, at that time, it'd been
a decade.
A decade. And so she just said, well, you used to call me Thrifty Nickel. And I was like, oh. And then I knew exactly who it was. And then I could put the face with the person. I was like, oh, shut up. And the thing is like, oh, you were making fun of her because she was cheap. No, I was making fun of her because she had a speech impediment and couldn't say THR, 3. She said fwee. And I'd say, hey, say Thrifty Nickel comes in 3s. And she'd go, 50 nickel comes in fwees. I said, that's right, Thrifty Nickel. I said, hey, I got a buddy in speech pathology who can help you with that. And I would always, that's how it's awful. It's awful. It's awful. But guess what? She actually went to speech pathology, found someone, and got it changed. She went, so I did what you said. And I did. I said, okay, first off, that was me being a jerk. So sorry about that. Secondly, congratulations. And thirdly, what was your name again? I need to start calling you by your real name, though. But yeah, so I mean, I had the same way too, and it was a different different time, and we were a lot younger back then, so you do things like that,
right? But you stopped doing that in your 20s. I stopped doing it in my 40s. So I never got the memo on dialect crap back.
There you go. But anyway, all right, folks, that's it for now. Let us know reunions. Have you had high school reunions or any old school meetups with people, and what did it make you feel like? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.